What's up, guys? I'm Greg Ha, and today I'm going to start a new series. I'm going to take a look at the top 5 comic auctions of the last month. For our first video, I'm going to take a look at January of 2022. The first book up might have been the hottest book of 2021. It's X-Men 1. You can see here this X-Men 1 went for $39,500. It's a CGC graded 7.0. Here is the GPA. The most recent sale is $39,500. For this video series, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a look and decide whether this is under what I would pay, about what I would pay, or a little bit over what I would pay for this book. So for this CGC graded 7.0, they paid $39,500. This sold on January 20th, about 2 weeks ago, and the previous high was in 2021. A similar copy sold for $49,200, so it's down about $10,000 from its peak. That is double its peak in 2020, which was $23,600. So in 18 months' time, it went up 100% and then went down, what, 30%? $39,500, in my opinion, is a pretty fair dollar amount for this book right now. It's pre X-Men MCU. We're kind of in a holding pattern. We don't know exactly when X-Men's going to be introduced to the MCU. We don't know exactly what's going to happen. $39,500 down $10,000 from its peak. I think is about going rate for this book, and I think that's a fair price. Let's move right along. Next up, Amazing Spider-Man number 1, a CGC graded 5.5. This book went for $27,500. Hefty price tag. Let's take a look and see what the similar books are going for. So as you can see, $27,500 is down a little bit from the peak. The peak was actually $28,800, which just took place a few weeks prior, and that auction was held on Heritage. A 5.5 off-white to white pages went for $28,800. This one is also an off-white to white pages, and this book went for $27,500. Now, given the current trajectory, you can see this book has gone up exponentially in the last year and a half. I think this book is actually on the high end. It is a key book in the Marvel series, but it is the second appearance of Spider-Man. It's not the first appearance. It is an early book in Marvel Age. So that said, I think this is a little bit overpriced. At $27,500, I am not buying, I am selling. I have multiple copies of this book, albeit under copies. They're not 5.5, but at that price point, I am selling, not buying. Let's move right along. Next up, Fantastic Four number 1, a CGC graded 4.0 book. Now this is an interesting series to me. The most recent sale was $25,855. This book is actually $26,300, so there is one more recent sale than this. Now you might say, he's probably going to say the same thing. This book is on an upward trajectory. It looks like it's at its all-time high. Is he buying or selling? He's probably selling, not buying. Actually, to the contrary. For this book, at $26,500 or $25,800, I am absolutely a buyer. This is a series that founded the Marvel Age. I mean, really, the Silver Age of Marvel, Fantastic Four saved Marvel's butt. This is the beginning of the superhero team era, and Fantastic Four number 1 is right in the mix, right at the middle of it all. This is a book that I'm absolutely buying at $25,855 because right now there's not a whole lot of hype around it. I feel all the Fantastic Four titles are a little low. Fantastic Four 5 especially, Fantastic Four 4, Fantastic Four 50, Fantastic Four 52, 48, 49. All these books I think are a little bit low for what they could be and what they will be in the future once Fantastic Four has a successful movie franchise. The movies that have come out, I don't have to tell you, they've been bad. So I think this is a book that I am buying at that dollar amount. It's a low print run. It's an extremely popular title, and take a look here. You can see a 4.5 just sold for $36,000. That was in, I believe, an auction on, was it Heritage or Comic Link? Give me 1 second. I'm pulling it up here. It was on Heritage. At $25,855, I'm absolutely buying this Fantastic Four #1 CGC graded 4.0. Let's move right along. Next up, and you guys are going to look at this and say, he's looking at a PGX book. Yeah, this is a PGX book, but it does fall in the highest sold book, or the highest dollar amount sold in the last couple months. This one was actually in November, but I did want to bring this one up because it was an interesting case. This sold for $27,600, which is high, but it's a PGX graded 3.0, and upon further review, if you look real close at it, I see it likely being, you can see there's a spine split right here. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, you can kind of see in that corner there's a spine split, bottom left corner. It's hard for me to put a mouse over on it, but it's a bottom left corner. I don't see this being a CGC 3.0, but I do see it being about a 2.0. And you may ask, well, what does a CGC 2.0 go for? Well, let's take a look. Here's Amazing Fantasy 15 in a CGC graded 2.0. Currently, it's going for $38,400. A $10,000 increase over what was actually paid for this PGX 3.0. Now, what I will say is PGX may have missed some type of restoration. If they miss restoration, then you are going to be in trouble on this book, because that destroys the value on these. Even in an AF-15, at a 2.0, this book's probably going to be worth about $17,000, $18,000, meaning that you lose about $10,000 in equity on this book. So that is something you'd want to look for. I've been very lucky. I've crossed over about 17, 18 PGX books without any type of issue. They've been pretty good at finding restoration. If there is restoration on this book, that would be a problem, obviously. But if it's clean, no trimming, no color touch, which color touch isn't as big of a problem because you can remove a lot of color touch. But if there's trimming, if the cover's been cleaned, if there's any type of regloss or anything like that, unfortunately those cannot be reversed. So if that's been done, this book is going to be restored forever. Trimming is the one thing for me that's a no-go. So at a PGX 3.0, if you were to buy it, crack it, send it to CGC for a walkthrough, you'd be looking at about an extra $1,000 or so. But you'd get the book back in 9 days. And if they got it to you back in 9 days, it came back at 2.0, you're smiling because you're about $9,000 ahead of where you would have been if you just would have bought a CGC 2.0. So overall, this book I am buying because I do like to roll the dice. I do like my deals. I've lost on a few, I've won on more, and this is a book that I'd be willing to take a chance, take a gamble on, because it is such an awesome book. Even if it came back restored, I'd be like, fine, I guess I'll keep it. So, moving right along, that is a buyer. This is a book that I wanted to take a look at. Some poor sap out there paid $27,134 for this book. You may look at it with a quick glance and be like, oh man, that seems like a great deal. Look how good that condition looks. Well, yeah, look how good that condition looks on that book. Look at the colors, look at the corners. Something's not right. Immediately, when you first look at it, something's not right. First off, the seller. Look at the seller's name. It's just like a random slew of numbers and letters. Look at their feedback. You see, the most recent feedback is this person's a scammer. Okay. Well, apparently whoever won this auction did not look at that. A few ways you can tell this is not an original Amazing Fantasy 15. Look at the coloration. The color on the background is supposed to be black, and behind Amazing Fantasy it looks almost purple. Like the printer didn't even have the right the right color scheme in there. So it came back purple. Another thing is, look how clean these corners and the spine are. This book is supposed to be from 1962. That doesn't happen. Even a high graded book is not going to look like that. That looks like a modern print. And finally, the easiest way for me to tell is look at the interior pages on this. It looks like something that was literally printed like last week. So some poor guy went out, paid $27,000, didn't do their research. Unfortunately, a lot of the time when these auctions are canceled, it'll show this is been relisted, or something to that effect. It shows that this has just ended. So hopefully this person found out, someone let them know. Facsimile editions, and you could see the coloration where it's more of like a purple on this one. Obviously there's no skew, but here's one of the facsimile editions right here. You can see that the top is more of a purple, and that's pretty much what they have. I mean, the price is different. It says $3.99 instead of 12 cents, but they have that, and someone just altered it. So unfortunately, hopefully that person got their money back, because that is really sad. That is not what we're wanting to see. Always have, if you feel a little bit, if you feel like it's hard for you to identify a book of that caliber, whether it's original or real, make sure that you're only buying CGC graded books until you learn how to better identify these things. Some of the easy markers are, look at the person's profile. How long have they been around? Do they look like a scammer? That, it might not tell you if the book's a scam, but it might tell you if the guy that's selling it is a scammer. Immediately, the first thing you see is that he's got poor feedback. He's got some crazy name that doesn't make any sense. Right there, that is a red flag enough that I probably wouldn't buy anything from him anyway. But yeah, just be safe. Be careful when you're buying stuff, especially when you're spending $27,000. That's all I got for you guys today. Let me know if you like this series. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you think about PGX too. I mentioned I've had some luck with PGX doing crossovers. I've had some pretty good luck with the grades too. But yeah, they've been good at catching restoration. So let me know how they've been doing for you. Please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you get updates anytime I go live, anytime I have videos. Follow me on Whatnot, Instagram, @ILikeCollectibles. Until next time, have fun, stay safe, buy collectibles, buy comics. Bye guys. See ya.